Guys, it is officially 47 days until the first lot of you start heading out to your summer camps and starting your Camp America journey. This is such an exciting period of time, and honestly, if I were you, I'd be giddy at the thought that I'm about to spend the next couple of months in such a cool location, doing such cool things with such cool people. I'm so jealous that it won't get to be me, but today I'm gonna run you through from start to finish what you can expect from your camp orientation. Let's get into it. All right, so the first thing I'm going to be chatting to you guys about is arrivals. Arrivals is a very key part of camp that I think people don't really think about enough, because obviously you're just focusing on yourself, how you're getting to camp, and that's probably the major panic for a lot of people. But camps will often do a split time for when people will be coming into camp. This will either be specialists will come in first, and then this, and then this, and then that. And usually the general counselors come in last because they need the least amount of training. At my camp personally, me, the photographer, the kitchen staff, the maintenance team, the sailors and the lifeguards all went to camp a week before everyone else because we had certain different bits of training. I say we, I didn't actually personally, I just had to take photos of people doing their training, of people getting their Red Cross lifeguard things and things like that. But personally, I was over the moon about that because I wanted to be in America as soon as I could, meeting these people and getting these experiences. And honestly, that first week was one of my favorites of my whole life. It was so much fun getting to meet these people. Yeah, we'll get into what we did a little bit later on in the video. One key point I do want to make is if you're arriving earlier than people who are coming in maybe a week or so after you, make sure that you're open-minded to getting to know new people, including them in things, asking them questions and making sure that they feel comfortable, because the last thing they're probably going to expect is to come into an experience where they think everyone's going to be new and meeting new people, and they're coming in and there's a large group of people who already know each other, already made friendships and already started down that sort of friendship avenue, and they don't feel like they're included. That is probably one of the worst things that you can do. This kind of happened my first year at camp, and I'm not going to exclude myself from this. I thought, oh, I've made my friends now, I'm happy with these guys, I don't really want to be too open-minded because there's too many more people coming in. And that was probably the worst thing that I could do because there was so many incredible people. Shout out to you guys if you do arrive a little bit later at camp, because you have got a trickier job. But at the same time, you guys can create amazing bonds with everyone from camp. So don't worry about that. That was just me and a few other people being a little bit silly, being a little bit too close-minded. But I think we can be let off because it was a whole new experience for us too. And you never know how you're gonna feel or how you're gonna act until you're in that situation. So just be open-minded, include everyone in everything, and make sure that you're speaking to all new people. So the next stage of camp is going to be icebreakers and getting to know you games. Now, a lot of these games can most definitely feel cringe and feel weird at the start, but that is one of the things I've told you in my previous videos. Just go with the flow, get to know people, and just get involved. This is the best way to make friends because they'll see that you're an open-minded person, happy to get involved, happy to be a little bit silly, and happy to put yourself out there and just be a little bit weird, because that's what camp's all about at the start. A lot of these games will consist of, like I've said, getting to know you games, what role you're doing at camp, where you're from, what things you like doing, and obviously the most important one, your name. I know I've already touched on this sort of subject already in this video, but I want to talk about my camp personally, Quinnipiac. If you're going there, have an amazing time. But it will help a lot of people understand the sort of structure of camp and how things work when you first get there. So obviously in the first week, like I mentioned, all the specialized people came in first, had to do their training so that they didn't have to do it while the general counselors were there, because there's a lot of other lessons that you'll do with the general counselors. When the general counselors come in, if you're one of those, then this will most certainly apply to you. You will do a lot of sort of classroom lessons, if that makes sense. There will be days where you have hour, 2 hour talks and you'll just have to sit there, pen and paper, and listen to these things because they are really important lessons that you'll have to carry on with you. You have to get taught how to live, how to teach, how to just manage these kids, because that is something that a lot of people, it may be their first time doing, or they may not have loads of experience in managing kids. I know for certain I wasn't one of those people. I had previous experience, but certainly not living and doing everything day to day with these kids. So I made sure that I was listening, that I was writing down these things in my first summer. Obviously by my second summer, I kind of knew everything already, so I could have a little bit more freedom during those times. I'd go off and take some pictures of the camp and do some tours and stuff like that. But that was because I'm the photographer. So make sure when you're doing these lessons, you're not sort of switching off, dozing off, being silly, because they have put together these lessons to help you, to develop you, and making sure that you're listening is probably one of the most beneficial things that you can do, because if you are in a situation later on in camp, you'll be able to remember back to that lesson. Here's what I do, here's the chain of command, here's who I need to speak to if something goes wrong. And those sort of lessons are very vital. So make sure that you're switched on doing those things. And like I said, this happens a lot at Quinnipiac. You'll do in your first week a lot of lessons and things like that. Yes, it can seem boring, but switch on, get your stuff done, and then you can have an amazing summer in the knowledge that you'll know what you'll do in a stressful situation. The final point that I want to get into is the first week all together. Like I've mentioned previously, you'll be doing a lot of lessons, you'll be doing a lot of things where you need to be switched on. But honestly, the first week is one of the funnest things I have ever experienced. I'm not talking about, for me personally, the first week where we was all like specialized people. I'm talking about the first week everyone all at camp, because this is where you start doing proper campfires just with everyone around, standing there with people that will become lifelong friends of yours, and you just don't know it yet. You'll be doing lots of different activities that aren't the boring ones. You'll be doing fun games all together at camp, like different sports, and you'll learn different ways of connecting with people. You'll be sat around campfires, like I've said, you'll be doing sports like I've said, but you'll also be going off camp, doing different things on days off, going to Walmart. Walmart is one of my favorite things. Walmart trips at camp are so much fun. Yes, unfortunately at my camp personally, you did get like a limited time. It was maybe like an hour, 2 hours, hour and a half, I can't remember, but that's just the first time you go to Walmart. After that, the second time, third time, you usually get as long as you want, because you get all day off and you can go there, do different things, go Target, go to Marshalls, all these different places. It is so much fun. The first time you go to Walmart, I mean, I've got a little video on my TikTok if you want to go check out. I'll leave it on the screen here. But the first time I went, it was so overwhelming, but there was a little group of us, just me and the sailors, and we was walking around and I was like, this is so cool. Because I've been to Walmart a couple of times when I was a kid, but never with adult money. I never let a young adult free in Walmart with their own money, because you never know what they're gonna get up to. I mean, personally, I think I was actually okay, but I definitely did buy things that I didn't need to buy. I mean, a kilogram bag of Jolly Ranchers. I mean, probably not my best health conscious decision at the time, but we're moving on from that now. Back in that time, I had my fun, I had my Jolly Ranchers, but we're moving on now. But most definitely there will be things that you'll buy, and you just need to allow yourself. You've gone through visas, you've gone through passports, you've gone through visas, you've gone through applications, you've flown to America, you've made it to your camp, you've met these people, and now you've been let loose in Walmart. Treat yourself a little bit. If there's a little pillow that you see that you want to buy, go buy that pillow. But this all sort of ties into orientation, because these are all things that you're doing with new people that have now become your friends that you never thought in your wildest dreams. Like, you would be friends with people from New Zealand, Australia, South America, I'm talking Brazil, Argentina, loads of people from Mexico. But the people from Mexico, shout out you guys, because you lot are incredible. The first week of orientation, there will be a lot of feelings probably for yourself of homesickness, missing your friends, missing sort of opportunities back home. But I think you have to just sort of allow that time to pass. If you haven't necessarily made your best friends within the first week, please don't stress about it, because people will come out of the woodwork, they'll come out of their shells in the most weird ways possible, and that is how you will make your closest friends. I mean, I am so thankful for my orientation weeks at camp, first year and second year, because first year was incredible. I met people, I made friends, I had a great time. And in my second year, it was actually a real struggle for me, because I thought I'd go into camp, everything would be fine and dandy, I wouldn't have to worry because I've done it all before, I know what I'm doing. And I actually struggled to make new friends a lot quicker in my second year than I did in my first, because I went in with the expectation of this will be the same as first year. I'm gonna have so much fun, meet new people, do cool things, and I did. But I just wasn't open-minded enough because I was comparing it too much to the year before. So if you're a returner and you're actually watching this video, then please make sure that you are open-minded and you are just expecting things to be different, because I didn't, and I definitely struggled. There were times in my first 2 weeks where I felt like I wanted to leave, but then I had friends who managed to get me through it, so shout out to you lot. And by the end of it, I was so thankful for those people, because they made me stay and I had an incredible summer. So that is the end of this video. I know it was a little bit of a rambly one, but it's things that you most definitely need to listen to and hear if you're going to camp for the first time, because it's overwhelming and you need to get as much information as you can, which is why I'm obviously pumping out videos every single week. At least one of my videos per week. I'm gonna be doing 2, will be a Camp America video. Tips, advice, my story, anything like that, I'll be putting out for you guys. Thank you for watching this video. If you did enjoy, please leave a like. If you subscribe to let me know that my videos are helping you out, it'll be a massive favor to me. And thank you very much. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.